Drew Kohn, a 22-year-old college student and former high school football star, had dreams of playing in the NFL.
He was a funny, athletic kid that just got into everything. He wanted to go into the NFL and pursue that with everything that was in him.
But days before Drew's 23rd birthday, his life changed in an instant. He was on his motorcycle when he was hit by a car. The impact so intense, he was thrown from the bike and found in the middle of the street.
The doorbell started ringing 10 o'clock in the evening, and they were saying, Drew's been in an accident, you need to come to the hospital. My heart was sunk.
With a brain injury, 2 punctured lungs, a broken shoulder, and a crushed pelvis, doctors had little hope Drew could survive.
Because of so much trauma to his body, he would never walk, never talk. He would not know who we were. They were declaring him brain dead.
But despite the grim diagnosis, Drew's mother, Yolanda, never gave up.
I was gonna fight with everything in me for him to have a chance.
After watching her son lay lifeless for 244 days, Drew suddenly woke up. And what he said next were words his mother will never forget. And I'm so happy to welcome Drew Kohn and his mom, Yolanda Osborne Kohn, joining us from their home in Orange Park, Florida. Drew, I see your big smile on your face. How are you doing? Good. Good. Yolanda, oh my God, hearing him say the word good, answering my question, seeing the video of that moment when Drew opened his eyes and said, I love you, Mom. As a mom, you know, I just don't, I can't even process it. How did it feel? What is that like?
I was just jumping up and down inside, like, oh my God, I told you he was in there. That's kind of how I felt.
You said, I told you he was in there. When you say that, are you talking about the doctors and everyone who thought that this was not going to happen? I told you he was in there.
Yes, exactly.
Take me back to that moment. So Drew, it's 244 days in the coma. That's 8 months. How did you stay hopeful? How did you know he was, as you put it, in there? How did you know?
I just knew. I mean, the minute we got in the hospital, and it just did not look, he didn't look himself. I mean, he did look like death. But I sat at his bedside and I asked him, you know, Drew, do you want to be here? Because we're not going to make you stay. But, you know, if you want to be here, we're going to fight. And it's like he just tagged onto me. It's very hard to explain, but I just felt him saying, I want to fight. And I got up and I was like, hey, he said he want to fight. And I was like, oops, I said that out loud. Like, okay, they probably think I'm crazy. But at that moment, I just made up in my mind, like, you know, if you have a pulse, you have a purpose.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's very difficult to explain if you truly have something that is working for you other than what the doctors are saying. And for me, that was my faith.
Drew, you are remarkable. Do you know and understand how special you are?
I know.
You know. Oh, I mean, you know, Yolanda, hearing him say he knows, he recognized, I see you beaming with pride. I actually watched him smile as you told your joke for a second ago. So any son that smiles at his mom's jokes is okay with me. But doctor said that, and you smiled and laughed at my joke. Okay, Drew, you're melting my heart between the perfect fro and laughing at my jokes. I am in love with this kid. Yolanda, you see him, he's smiling. Doctor said that if he did wake up, he wasn't going to be able to walk or talk or have any kind of function again. Now he's doing all of those things. How do you describe to people how he beat the odds? Is this a matter of treatment? Is this a matter of treatment in faith? How do you describe it from your perspective of how he beat the odds?
I mean, I would definitely say that Drew was what they call, he was in a deep state coma. There's several stages of coma. So you have coma, vegetative state, minimal consciousness. He was in a deep state of coma. So once you pass like the 3-day marker, 7 days, 28 days, it's just really grim. And, you have to focus on, he was given to me. That's the only thing that I could think of, that, the man whose quiver is full is blessed. And I just could not see me throwing that away based on doctors and nurses who are in our corner. They're doing everything to keep him alive, but at the same time, there's no hope in the room. And then on top of that, you have to think of, okay, they're telling me this information, but they can't recreate a human being. They're telling me this information, but the semantics of it all is just so cryptic. And it is being like on Grim Reaper's Row. I mean, because most of the people are either dead or are dying where Drew is. And so you just kind of have to believe what you know, what you know, what you know. And nothing in me felt that Drew was gonna die.
Well, the word thankful hovers above your head on your fireplace mantle. And I know you are thankful for every day that you have with your son. Drew, I'm thankful that you joined us today to share your story and laugh at my jokes. So you just keep in touch with us, all right? Oh, so sweet. Thank you so much, Yolanda. Oh, my.